Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
It's Richard.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good. Yourself?
Well, I'm okay. Yeah, turn the noises off. Now maybe you can hear me.
Oh, yeah. No, I can hear you fine.
So, yes, looking for a little double action door hardware where the unit mounts in the floor so that I don't have big ugly hardware notches out of my door.
Yeah, sure. So obviously that's going to be a floor closer. I initially thought of Rixson just because that's just my first thought. Dorma is good, is great, no problem at all. Jackson is an option. Depends. The best choice is going to be based on starting with the weight of the door, and then also talking about the door itself. When anything is center hung, you've got to think about how that impacts the design of the door, the actual size, whether or not the stiles are square or they're bullnosed or they're radiused. Is it a center hung will?
Well, right now they're just square because they're sending me a door, and I'm going to do what I need to do to make it work.
Okay. So does your door need to be double acting?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And you can, I don't literally mean jackhammer, but you can get into the floor?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, awesome. How heavy is the door? What's the width and height, and what's it made of and the thickness?
So, it's a 3080, inch and 3/4 thick, true style MDF door.
Oh, yes. You said that. I recall. So, that MDF door, that has actual wood stiles and rails?
Yes.
Okay. It
has wooden cores in the edges.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we've just now gotten it to where it's too easy. So yeah, BTS 80 is a good choice. Obviously having the proper arm and screw package for a wood application. Knowing the size of the spring would be next. It would probably be a size 4. That's pretty typical.
Okay.
Knowing
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it's a 3080, that's going to be a size 4 for that. If it was a 2.6, 6.8, a lighter spring. The fact that it's the door that it is, it's not fire rated. We would really want to know the clearance dimension that you're dealing with as well, and clearance is defined as the top of the door to the top of the sill or anything that's there, but in this case we really want to get to the top of the body so that the spindle that's sent is long enough to reach. The standard spindle works in standard applications, but that may not be what you need.
Okay. Well, again, I have a door blank coming that we're going to do what we need to do. At the top, all the rest of the interior doors, we only have about a 1/4 inch of clearance, and at the bottom we've got 1/2 inch plus probably.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're going to want to know what your finished opening height is. A. B, you're going to want to know what net door height they're sending you, and then calculate your 1/8 inch at the top and what your gap needs to be at the bottom, your clearance, and then order the spindle correctly. And you want to do all that to make sure that if you got an 8-foot opening and they're sending you a net 8.0 door, yeah, we have a problem. You're not going to be able to trim off enough off of that door.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to make it work, Rich.
I know you will. That's as I had a customer of mine 30 years ago look at me and say, "You got moxie, kid. Kid, you got moxie." But the reality, though, a residential door, even though those true styles were used like in MGM, hotels, if you needed to take 3/4 off of that, I'd be really concerned how much you're then going to mortise into the bottom of it for this type of hardware. So.
Well, just if you could send me an email with a little section sheet or something that says X, Y, Z, fill in these dimensions, and then I'll send that to you.
Oh yeah, well, quite frankly, that's page 4 of your document. And yes, I will definitely send that to you. And it's really just the spindle length. I don't want to send you the standard when you might say, oh, well, actually, no, I do need a little longer spindle or a shorter one. And they certainly in this document list, yeah, they do. On page 7, they literally show you the definition of what I've said, so that you can select the proper spindle length. So I'm going to reply to your email, pages 4 and 7, that's the stuff, and then it's just the finish. That's all we need.
Okay. Yeah, and if you could do something, highlight or put a red circle around the things, because there were lots of pages. That was something I found on the internet after your guy sent me something first. And like, no, I need something more like this. If there's a better one or something that's easier to use, then that's why I'm talking to you.
Well,
that was just
yeah, I mean, no problem with highlighting stuff. But again, the conversation we're having is, here's what I need to know. Now, what would be best is if you knew the net door height you were getting, and you knew the finished opening height. From there, we can just talk it through.
I'm gonna tell you what those things are, but I'm looking for you to send me a prompt so that I can get that information. So when we talk next, I'm ready.
Yes, I am going to absolutely do that. Absolutely.
Okay. Perfect.
Awesome. All right, sir. Thank you very much. I will give me about 10 minutes. I'll send you an email.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Hey, bye-bye. Okay, well, it's no problem spoon feeding someone. That's obviously not a problem. The issue, though, is, if you're going to be working on a piece of hardware that costs $1,000, $2,000, the person who's responsible for the job, and that's not the distributor, needs to take ownership of it. So for the benefit of this video, here's what we're doing. It's a BTS 80 series. Okay. Then in the second column, you select what you're doing. We're doing a center hung, double acting wood or steel door and frame. That's a B application. So BTS 80B. Now let's scroll through and let's look at B. Here is what the B looks like, just showing center hung. But we can do better than that. Dorma does a good job. Let's pull up Dorma. It's not the role of the distributor to see all potential problems, concerns, issues, and if the client's not cognizant of the several and many ways a very otherwise easy situation can go wrong, things will find a way to go wrong. If you're gonna be in door hardware, you have to be in door hardware. So that's a B application. Dorma's catalog, yeah, okay. What the client sent me isn't the entire BTS section, and here is, I've pulled up my catalog because what I wanted to show was, this is a BTS, it's an 80, we're doing a B version, and that's going to give you top, pivot, bottom arm, spindle, cover plate, the body, and a cement case. So this is important to say. They're going to give us a 74010 on the spindle. A 74010 on the spindle is, and this is the client's document that was sent, 74010. This is what they're going to send, a 3/4 spindle. Now, I said to the client, go to page 7, 74010, standard. 3/4 on the X, 1/2 inch on the Y. And I'm saying, is 3/4 on the X and 1/2 inch on the Y gonna work? You got an MDF door. True style doors are very common, but they are MDF. MDF is in no way appropriate for attaching hardware to. I don't know the rail thickness on their doors. If this guy's got a 96-inch rough finished opening and they send him an 8.0 door and he's got to cut it down, okay, 3/4 at the bottom and then 1/8 of an inch at the top for the gap between the header, you don't have enough style left, because as we look at this bottom arm, if it looks like it's a lot to you, that's because it is. Let's do this. BTS 80 template. Yeah, just go to Dorma. BTS 80. BTS 80. Downloads. Try this. Okay. This is the B package. Good. This is what I wanted. So, yeah, you've got 7/16 here that you're going to have to get into the top of the door. 7/16 is almost half of an inch. Now check this out. You got 25-30 seconds. 20 millimeters? I mean, I don't know, 11/16? 1 divided by 25.4 times 20. Oh, so, okay, so pushing 13/16. So that's going to be 25-30 seconds. Yeah, so almost, it's greater than 3/4 inch is what I'm trying to say. So you got to have 3/4 here for the standard spindle. You need another 3/4 here. That's 1.5 inches. Plus the 1/8 of an inch gap up here. Yeah, I would be really concerned that the gentleman's conclusion, I'm going to make it work, is going to be plausible, because I'm saying if you're going to hang this door on butts, yeah, it's going to work. You can trim off enough off of that door. You can take 3/8 off the top, which you don't really want to do because you mess with what that true style door is going to look like, because it's probably a paneled door. But you're going to take off 3/4 here. Now what the guy should have done was ordered his door for the hardware, ordered the net height, so that he gets from the factory the proper full thickness of his top and bottom rail. So, you know, it's good to have a cavalier attitude when you know you're going to hit nothing but net from the 3-point line, but especially not with commercial hardware and doors and making things work in the field. So there's more to it. Okay, so the client needs to think about his spindle. Let's go back to page 4. You're going to pick out the spindle that you need. The hand, you're not going to specify that because it's center hung. Your screw package, I'm thinking W2, all wood. These are optional accessories that you'd see in the catalog. It doesn't apply. Then your finish and any other things that you don't need, like less top pivot. So for purposes of this video, this is a little deeper dive into, hey, let's bring it in a little bit and figure out what you actually need before you start. You put a $1,000 door on the project, you put a $1,000 door closer, and then you put a $1,000 installer on the project, and none of it's going to work right. So there's more to it. Any questions on this or any other application for floor closers, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you. Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.